Hello and welcome to this e-learning module on fire safety awareness. I am Jatin and your guide for this module too. Friends, you all are working in an area which may have fire hazards. What do you do in an emergency? I will call the fire brigade.
I will look for a fire extinguisher or arrange for water.
I will save myself first. You are talking about how to tackle fire or escape from fire when it occurs. The best way to fight a fire is to prevent it. Tell us about the fire prevention, please. I will take you through this module on fire safety awareness. By the end of this module, you will be able to explain how a fire starts, take appropriate action when fire breaks out, follow the steps of fire prevention. This module has 5 sections and an assessment. Each section is unlocked after you have completed the previous one. Click on Significance of Fire Management in Tata Steel to begin. The fire hazards in the steel industry are immense due to the presence of furnaces, cable tunnels, coke oven, electrical substation, oil cellars, rolling mill, inflammable gases, byproducts, etc., which contain high fire risks. Fire in these areas can have a serious impact on human lives and assets. An effective fire prevention and protection system is essential to protect the organization from these hazards and vulnerabilities. Tata Steel has fire safety standards which define structured approach for managing fire. This e-learning module is designed to create awareness on fire among employees and to improve their knowledge on fire management. Let us start with the cause of fire. We can represent this concept with the fire triangle. Oxygen, heat, and fuel are the 3 elements responsible for fire. Let us start with the cause of fire. We can represent this concept with the fire triangle. Oxygen, heat, and fuel are the 3 elements responsible for fire. A source of ignition is essential to initiate a fire, and fuel helps in combustion. Can you identify the sources of ignition and fuels from the given items? With the help of your mouse, click and drag the items in the appropriate box. Click the Submit button once you have made the selections. That is correct. You have identified the sources of ignition and fuels and separated them. You must be always cautious while using such items and store them separately. Each of the 3 elements of the fire triangle is essential for fire. If we remove any one element, a fire cannot occur or the fire will not be able to sustain combustion. Therefore, you can extinguish a fire in 3 ways. Starvation, removal of fuel. Cooling, removal of heat. Smothering, removal of oxygen. In addition to the key elements, there are many other substances which are considered as unsafe or dangerous in the event of a fire. These elements are flammable gases, noxious substances, harmful chemical, smoke inhalation. Click each of these key hazards to explore in detail. Flammable gases such as liquefied petroleum gas, processed gas, and natural gas burn rapidly and have the potential to cause an explosion. Noxious or toxic substances are extremely hazardous. They can become airborne and spread rapidly. Inhaling a small amount of such substances may lead to loss of consciousness and serious health issues. Noxious or toxic substances are extremely hazardous. They can become airborne and spread rapidly. Inhaling a small amount of such substances may lead to loss of consciousness and serious health issues. Many chemical substances can act as fuel and increase the speed and spread of fire. These chemicals burn and release toxic gases. Inhaling smoke during fire is the primary cause of death. It can make you dizzy and confused. Therefore, speedy evacuation in case of fire is critical. Heat can travel to nearby ignition or fuel sources and ignite them to start a fire. Heat can get transferred through three different modes: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction is the flow of heat energy from a region of higher temperature to a region of lower temperature. Convection is the transfer of heat by the physical movement of hot masses of air. As air gets heated, it expands. As it expands, it becomes lighter than the surrounding air, and it rises. Radiation refers to the emission of energy in rays or waves. Heat moves through space as energy waves. It is the type of heat one feels when sitting in front of a fireplace or around a campfire. Now that you understand the reasons of fire breakout and spreading of fire, we will see measures needed to prevent fire in the workplace. Let us look at two different workplaces: office building, manufacturing unit. Click each of these to explore more. Good housekeeping practices must be followed to prevent fire incident. Combustible materials should not be kept near electrical equipment. Documents and combustible materials should not be kept below the AC unit. Standard electrical wiring practice should be followed to avoid risk of short circuit. Short circuit is one of the major causes of fire. Exits should be free of any obstruction. Switch off all electrical equipment before leaving your office. Fire in AC units is one of the major causes of fire incidents in office buildings. Switch off AC when you leave your office. RCBU unit should be fixed in AC switch. Fire alarm and detection system must be installed and it should be maintained as per fire safety standard. Inform the maintenance department in case the detectors are damaged. The system is not working. The system is giving false alarm. Fire extinguisher must be installed in office buildings and it should be maintained as per fire safety standard. Few salient points of fire safety standard are: fire extinguishers should be available within 15 meters at any point of place. Fire extinguishers should be placed as near as possible to the exit entry doors. Access to the fire extinguisher shall not be blocked. Fire extinguisher must be installed in office buildings and it should be maintained as per fire safety standard. Few salient points of fire safety standard are: fire extinguishers should be available within 15 meters at any point of place. Fire extinguishers should be placed as near as possible to the exit entry doors. Access to the fire extinguisher shall not be blocked. Check for yourself whether you have understood the risk related to fire breakout in office buildings. You will be shown 3 different workplaces, each containing 3 fire-related hazards. Identify each hazard by clicking on it. Next, you have to select the suitable option which explains why the item is considered as a hazard. Click the Submit button after you have chosen your option. Correct. Correct. This Try again. Try again. Correct. Room complete. Try again. Correct. This correct. Incorrect. Incorrect. In Oops. Never mind. Close. Correct. Room complete. Correct. Correct. Incorrect. Incorrect. Oops. Try again. Correct. Room complete. Good housekeeping practices must be followed to prevent fire incident. This is an example of good housekeeping in MCC room. Electrical installation area should be clear of combustible material. Oil and lubricant must be stored in an appropriate manner. Fire safety standard must be followed for gas cutting, welding and grinding jobs. Few salient points of fire safety standard are: no combustible material should be kept nearby. Work permit must be taken before starting a hot job. Adequate measures must be taken to arrest the splatters generated during hot jobs. Fire prevention measures must be taken in cable tunnels as per fire safety standard guidelines. Few salient points are: electrical cables must be coated with fire retardant material as per fire safety standard. Fire alarm and detection system must be installed in cable tunnels and regular maintenance must be done. In the event of fire, everyone must evacuate the building or area. People should fight a fire only if they are trained to do so or if it is safe. At times, it is necessary to fight a fire to clear the escape route. Knowledge of fire extinguisher is necessary for this. Fire extinguishers are designed to tackle specific types of fire. Let us understand about fire extinguisher on the basis of classes of fire. The 4 classes are: Class A, fire in ordinary combustibles. Class B, fire in flammable liquids. Class C, fire in electrical equipment and gases. Class D, fire in metals. Click each type to know more. Class A. When fire occurs in ordinary combustibles such as wood, paper cloth, trash, and other materials that leave ashes, fire extinguishers used are water type and ABC type. Class B. When fire occurs in flammable liquids such as petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, etc. Fire extinguishers used are mechanical foam type and ABC type. Class C. When fire occurs in live electrical equipment and flammable gases such as carbon monoxide, LPG, hydrogen gas, etc. Fire extinguishers used are CO2 type and ABC type. Class D. When fire occurs in metals such as calcium carbide, magnesium, zinc, etc. Fire extinguishers used are D-type metal fire extinguisher and ABC type. Check for yourself whether you can safely tackle small fire by using the appropriate fire extinguisher. You need to look at the fire and fuel source. Select the suitable fire extinguisher and drag it onto the fire using your mouse. You have 15 seconds to do this exercise. Incorrect. Correct. Try again. Correct. Try again. Correct. If fire occurs in Tata Steel Jamshedpur plant, then inform the single emergency contact number 47777 immediately. If fire is in the initial stage and you know how to operate the fire extinguisher, then use it. Use the appropriate type of fire extinguisher, but ensure that communication is made to the emergency services. Stay calm, follow escape route and evacuate the area or building. Do not go back for personal belongings. Assemble at the designated assembly point. Do not use any lift and use the stairs. Welcome to this module assessment. You will attempt 10 questions. These questions have been designed to check that you understand the core concepts of fire safety awareness. Read each question carefully and then click to select your response. Click the Submit button once you are satisfied with your response. You will receive feedback on your answer and progress to the next question. You will need to achieve a score of 80% in order to pass this module. You can retry until you achieve the passing score.